Hello friends, this is me, your host. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well, and so today I'm back with another video to give review on another books. If you wanted to buy any one of these best-selling books, you can visit our Amazon page and buy it from there. So the topic for today's book reviews is Christmas. As you guys know, Christmas is coming, so I thought we should talk about some Christmas stories. So here we have three books about Christmas in this video, which will I've tried to give review on. So the first one is How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Introduction. Few children's books hold the kind of that that How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss possesses. First published in 1957, this short but profoundly meaningful story has transcended the boundaries of a holiday tale to become one of the most beloved classics of children's literature. On the surface, it tells the story of a cranky, green, cave dwelling characters who attempts to ruin Christmas for a community of cheerful hosts. Yet beneath its colorful rhymes and playful illustrations, it carries weighty themes about materialism, the true meaning of celebration, and the possibility of transformation in even the coldest of hearts. The book has endured for decades because it appeals to multiple audiences simultaneously. For children, it is entertaining, rhythmic, and filled with humor. For adults, it is a mirror of societal tendencies toward consumerism, while also offering a moving allegory about redemption and human kindness. In this review, I will discuss the story's plot, central themes, writing style, along the way. I will reflect on why the Grinch tale remains so resonant, and how it continues to inspire readers around the world. Plot overview. At its heart, the plot of How the Grinch Stole Christmas is simple yet powerful. The Grinch, described as a bitter and grouchy creature with a heart two sizes too small, lives in isolation on Mount Crumpet. He is irritated by the Whos of Whoville, a town that lies just below his cave, who celebrates Christmas with songs, feasts, and presents. The noise of the cheer fills him with resentment, and his hatred grows until he decides he must put a stop to Christmas altogether. The Grinch's plan is mischievous yet methodical. He disguises himself as Santa Claus, forces his loyal dog Max to play the role of a reindeer, and sets off to steal Christmas from every home. He sneaks into houses, takes their stockings, toys, decorations, and food, leaving nothing behind. And leave nothing behind. And leave nothing behind. By dawn, his sled is piled high with stolen goods, and he prepares to dump them off a cliff. However, when morning comes, instead of hearing wails and misery from the Whos, he hears singing. Despite having nothing material left, the Whos gather together joyfully, proving that Christmas cannot be stolen. This revelation strikes the Grinch's hardened heart, which famously grows three sizes. In a dramatic turn around, he returns all of the stolen items and joins the Whos in the Christmas feast, finally experiencing the warmth of community. Themes and deeper meanings. Though short in length, the story is dense with messages that resonate across generations. The true meaning of Christmas. Perhaps the most obvious theme is the Christmas is not defined by material possessions. Dr. Seuss strips away the presents, decorations, and feasts to show that the spirit of the holiday is found in love, togetherness, and joy. This message has universal appeal, speaking to children, learning about values, and to adults who may become overwhelmed by the commercialization of the season. Redemption and change. The Grinch becomes as an antagonist, but by the end, he undergoes a powerful transformation. His change of heart is not forced upon him, but is the result of witnessing genuine kindness and joy. The story reassures us that even those who are cynical, angry, or hurt can change for better, can change for better if given the chance to experience love and belonging. Isolation versus community. The Grinch's bitterness is closely tied to his solitude. He lives alone in a cold mountain with only Max, the dog, for companionship. In contrast, the Whos in thrive in community, finding joy not in things but in their shared traditions. The book suggests that isolation breeds resentment while community nurtures joy. Critique of materialism. Written during the post-war consumer boom of the 1950s. 1950s, Dr. Seuss' story cleverly critiques the growing commercialization of Christmas. It warns against equating happiness with possessions, a message that remains especially relevant in today's consumer driven society. Compassion and empathy. The Who's reaction to loss is not anger or despair, but gratitude and joy. Their examples provides the catalyst for the Grinch's change. Illustrating how compassion can bitterness break through bitterness and inspire transformation. Writing style. Dr. Seuss is famous for his inventive language, playful rhymes, and rhythmic storytelling. And How the Grinch Stole Christmas is no exception. The book is written in an apestic tetrameter, a meter that gives the text its bouncy musical quality. This makes it perfect for reading aloud, a tradition in many families during the holiday season. Holiday season. The rhyming words keeps children engaged. Children engaged while adults appreciate the wit and cleverness woven into the text. Phrases such as "his heart was 2 sizes too small" or "the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day" have entered common language, showing just how powerful Seuss's storytelling remains. Impact and illustrations. The illustrations are as iconic as the words themselves. Dr. Seuss used bold lines and a limited color palette, primarily black, white, red, and green. The simplicity draws attention to expressions and actions. The Grinch's sly grins, sneaky movements, and eventual joy are all captured in exaggerated detail. Max the dog becomes a symbol of loyalty and comic relief, with his tiny antlers strapped as he struggles to pull the Grinch's heavy sleigh. The Whos are drawn as innocent, joyful creatures, embodying the warmth of community life. The contrast between the Grinch's cold mountain top and the vibrant togetherness of Whoville reinforces the story's impact and legacy. Since its publication, How the Grinch Stole Christmas has become more than just a book, it is a cultural icon. Adaptations. The 1966 animated television special, narrated by Boris Karloff, became a holiday tradition for millions. The 2000 live action film starring Jim Carrey brought the Grinch to a new generation. The 2018 animated film further introduced the story to modern audiences. Cultural symbol. The Grinch has become shorthand for anyone who dislikes holiday cheer. Yet his transformation also reminds us that joy and kindness can reach even the most cynical hearts. Enduring relevance. In an age of increasing consumerism, the book's critique of materialism continues to resonate. Its central message that love and community are more valuable than possessions remains timeless. Personal reflection as a child regarding how the Grinch Stole Christmas was entering for its funny rhymes and silly illustrations. The Grinch was a character to laugh at, and his schemes seemed outrageous. But revisiting the book as an adult reveals just how the profound the story truly is. The Grinch embodies feelings of envy, bitterness, and isolation that many people experience at some point in life. Yet his redemption reminds us that change is possible and that belonging to a community can heal even the deepest wounds. It also challenges us to reconsider how we celebrate holidays. Are we more focused on buying, decorating, and showing off material goods, or are we centered on togetherness, kindness, and gratitude? These are questions that remain relevant every Christmas season. Conclusion. Dr. Seuss' How the Grinch Stole Christmas is far more than a children's story. More than a children's story, it is a moral fable wrapped in whimsical verse. Delivering lessons about love, generosity, and the importance of community. Its enduring popularity, numerous adaptations, and influence on popular culture testify to its universal appeal. Above all, the stories remind us that Christmas doesn't come from a store as is important today as it was in the 1957. It encourages us to look beyond material possessions and embrace the true spirit of the holiday: joy, love, and togetherness. Whether read aloud by fireplace during the holidays or studied as a piece of classic children's literature, How the Grinch Stole Christmas continues to warm hearts and inspire change. So the next book which we're going to see today in this video is the What the Ladybird Heard at Christmas. Introduction: a festive tale in beloved series. When people think of children's literature in the last 2 decades, Julia Donaldson is almost always at the forefront. The Gruffalo to Rome on the Broom, her works have shaped the imaginations of millions of children. Her partnership with illustrator Lydia Monks in the Ladybird series is particularly successful, combining Donaldson's witty rhymes with Monks' vibrant glittery illustrations. Detected. The quiet but clever Ladybird, the bumbling villains Happy, Hug, and Lanky Len, and the community of animals, and places them in a Christmas setting. The result is a story that is both familiar and refreshing, offering the warmth of traditions alongside this review will cover the plot, themes, styles, characters, illustrations, educational value, and cultural significance of the book. It will also compare the story with other entries in the Ladybird series and with the classic Christmas tales showing why this book deserves to be considered a holiday staple. Plot summary: saving Christmas with quiet cleverness. Like the earlier books in the series, the story begins with the Ladybird observing the world around her. The farmyard animals are preparing for Christmas. Full of excitement and festive cheer, decorations go up. Gifts are exchanged, and the atmosphere is merry. But not everyone shares the Christmas spirit. Happy Hug and Lucky Len, the familiar pair of thieves, are once again scheming. This time, the plan is not to steal a prize cow or farm animal, but to rob Christmas. Rob Sessions. They intend to steal the present, stripping the holiday of itself. They intend to steal the present, stripping the holiday of its magic. The ladybird overhears the plot, and though tiny and silent, she becomes the hero. By alerting the animals and guiding them in a clever counter plan, she ensures the villains are outsmart, outsmarted. When Hug and Land scheme fails spectacularly, the animals rejoice and Christmas is saved. The structure is predictable. The villains plan. The ladybird observes. Animals follow the plot, but in the best way. Children love sense of familiarity, knowing that ladybird will be succeed. Characters: tiny hero, comedic villains, loyal friends. The ladybird is one of the most remarkable protagonists in modern children's fiction. She is small, almost invisible, and entirely silent, yet she is the sharpest mind in the story. She represents the intelligence, observation, and the idea that being small or quiet does not mean being powerless. Hefty Hug and Lanky Len. As always, the winner the villains are greedy but incompetent. They are more funny than frightening, which makes them appealing to young readers. They embody selfishness and greed, values opposed to Christmas spirit. The failure reinforces the lessons that dishonesty and greed never win. The animals, the farmyard animals symbolize teamwork and community. Each plays a small part, but together they achieve something big. They also add humor, warmth, and variety, keeping the story lively and relatable for children who often enjoy animal characters. Themes and lessons. The spirit of Christmas. The book highlights the true meaning of Christmas, not material gifts, but joy, kindness, and togetherness. By trying to steal presents, the villains misunderstand the essence of the holiday: teamwork and community. The ladybird could not succeed alone, she needs the cooperation of the animals. This reflects the spirit of community, which is central to both the series and the holiday seasons. The power of smallness. The ladybird is proof that size does not determine importance. She shows children that even the smallest voices can make a difference. Good versus greed. The villain's selfishness contrasts sharply with the generosity and joy of the farmyard animals. The moral is clear: greed may scheme, but goodness prevails. Observations and cleverness. The ladybird wins not through strength but through intelligence. This teaches children that attentiveness and clever thinking can solve problem. Writing style. Julia Donaldson hallmark is her rhyming verse and what the ladybird heard at Christmas continues this tradition. Written in rhythmic couplets, the story bounces along like a song. This makes it perfect for reading aloud, which is a core part of children's enjoyment. Children's enjoyment. The rhymes are playful yet precise, never forced. Donaldson builds suspense while keeping the tone light-hearted. The repetition of key phrases gives the story a comforting rhythm, while the rhyming makes it easy for children to anticipate words and join in. Her writing respects children's intelligence, though aimed at younger readers. It does not oversimplify, but instead delights them with wit and wordplay. Educational value. Though playful, the book offers significant educational benefits. Language development. The rhymes and rhythms support phonics and early reading. Observation skills. Children practice attractiveness by searching for the ladybird. By searching for the ladybird. Moral lessons. The story teaches kindness, cooperation, and cleverness, numeracy, and sequencing. The predictable plot structure helps children understand patterns and sequences in stories. It is a book that entertains while also helping children grow. Cultural impact and seasonal significance. Since its release for the Ladybird Heard at Christmas has become a popular holiday read for families, it fits perfectly into the tradition of Christmas bedtime stories and join the growing list of modern holiday classics. Its combination of rhyme, humor, glittery illustrations, and moral lessons makes it appealing across generations. It also helps balances the heavy consumerism often associated with Christmas. While gifts and presents appear in the story, the focus remains on cooperation and joy, a message that resonates with parents as much as with children. Conclusion: a holiday classic in the making. What the Ladybird Heard at Christmas heard at Christmas is charming festive addition to Julia Donaldson and Lydia Monks' celebrated series. It combines humor, suspense, and holiday magic while reinforcing timeless values. Kindness, cooperation, and the triumph of cleverness over greed. Its lively rhymes, sparkling illustrations, and active elements make it a joy to read aloud. Its educational benefits, from phonics to moral lessons, make it valuable in homes and classrooms alike. Above all, it captures the essence of Christmas joy, not rooted in pres- presence but in community and togetherness. As such, this book stands out. This book stands out as a continuation of a beloved series but also as a modern Christmas classic, one that families will treasure year after year. So the last book which we're going to see today in this video is We Are Going on a Sleigh Ride. Introduction: Festive literature for young readers. The holiday season has long inspired writers and illustrators to create stories that capture the wonder, joy, and traditions of Christmas. From Clement Clark Morris, A Visit from St. Nicholas, popularly known as The Night Before Christmas, to Dr. Seuss' How the Grinch Stole Christmas, festive children's books are cherished across generations. They become more than stories, they become rituals. They become rituals. Rituals. We are going on a sleigh ride by Martha Mumford with illustrations by Laura Hughes is a more recent addition to this rich tradition. To this edition, but one that has already secured a warm place in the heart of families. First published as a part of Mumford's We Are Going on a series, it uses the familiar familiar rhythm of Michael Rosen's We Are Going on a Beer Hunt and transplants it into a festive wintering setting. The result is an interactive sing-song adventure full of jingles, snow, and sparkles. The book is not only a the book is not only a charming seasonal story but also an engaging performance piece, encouraging children to join in with chanting, clapping, and movement. In this review, I will examine the book in depth, its plots, style, illustrations, themes, educational uses, and cultural significance, to show why it deserves recognition as a modern Christmas. Plot summary: A journey through festive obstacles. At its heart, we are going on a sleigh ride. Ride is a simple journey story. A group of cheerful bunnies set off together, full of excitement, singing their way through a series of obstacles and experiences that captures the spirit of Christmas. The structure mirrors that familiar pattern for beer hunt. The characters encounter something in their path: jingling bells, swirling snow, twinkling lights. They chant the refrain, "We can't go over it. We have got to go through it." They persevere and continue their ride. Each obstacle adds rhythm, anticipation, and humor. For young readers, this repetition is not boring but exhilarating, as they can predict what comes next and join in with the words. The journey ends in a magical Christmas gathering. The bunnies reach their destination, a festive party full of music, decorations, and joy. Unlike Bear Hunt, which ends with a comical fright, sleigh ride ends in warmth and celebration, embodying the very essence of Christmas cheer. Characters, symbol of joy and inclusion. The bunnies. The bunnies are the stars of the story. Are the star of the stories. They are small, fluffy, wide-eyed, and full of excitement. Though they are not given individual names, their expressive illustrations gives them personality One might look mischievous, another cautious, another brimming with joy. This anonymity is clever. It allows any child to see themselves as a part of the group rather than following a single hero. The story emphasizes the story emphasizes collective adventure. Supportive figures. Throughout the book, festive details appear in the illustrations. Santa Claus, reindeer, decorated trees, stars, and snow covered cottages. These elements these elements are not central to the plot but enrich the atmosphere and invite children to explore the illustrations closely. Santa Claus. Santa's presence is subtle but significant is significant. He embodies the magical promise of Christmas and gives children an extra reason to delight in the reading. Writing style, rhythm, rhyme, and interactivity. Martha Mumford adopts a playful rhythmic style, and like Bear Hunt, the story is written in a chant format with refrains that children quickly memorize repeat repeat. This style has several benefits. Engagement. Children can join in after hearing just a few verses. Performance. The text begs to be read aloud, clap, or acted out. Confidence. Repetition allows early readers to predict words, boosting their reading skills. The language is simple but musical, creating an almost song-like quality. Song-like quality. Parents and teachers find it easy to dramatize, turning reading time into a lively group activity. Conclusion. A modern Christmas classic. We Are Going on a Sleigh Ride is more than just another festive picture book. It is an interactive, rhythmic, joyful celebration of the holiday season. Martha Martha Mumford's playful text and Laura Huggins' glittering illustrations combine to create a reading experience that is musical, magical, and memorable. The book teaches resilience, teamwork, and the value of shared joy while also supporting early literacy and observation skills. It works as well in classrooms as it does by the fireside on Christmas Eve. Above all, it captures the essence of Christmas, not just the destination, but the journey, not just the presents, but the shared experiences. For this reason, We Are Going on a Sleigh Ride deserves to be considered A modern Christmas classic, one to be read, acted out, and cherished year after year. So this is all we have from these three of the books. All of three of them about the Christmas stories. I hope you guys liked the stories. If you did, don't forget to press the like button. And if you wanted to suggest any other book for a review, you can tell me in the comment section. I'll be sure to make a video on that topic or in that book too. So if you wanted to buy any one of these best-selling books, you can visit our Amazon page and buy it from there. I'll be back with another videos with another books. Till then, just take care and goodbye.